Okay, let's keep going with our advanced jazz piano chord voicings. In the last video, we talked about a formula for playing 2-5-1 chords. It was basically 3, 5, 7, and 9 of the minor chord with 1 and 7 in the left, to the 5-7 chord, to 1 major 7. And we created a pattern of it because, of course, you're going to see many 2-5-1s in different keys as you go through a lot of the jazz standards and even if you compose your own music. So in this video, I'm going to give you the third inversion formula of that same progression. So instead of this, we're going to do this, which sounds almost the same, but because you're going and bouncing from key to key, you want to use the voicings that are very close under your fingers as you move from those keys. And sometimes you're using the first inversion, which is this, and sometimes you're using the third inversion, which is this. And so I'm going to give you this formula in this video, and it applies to things like jazz standards. Now, in the last video, I played a little bit of Autumn Leaves just to kind of show you how those voicings work. Let me do that again in this video, and we're going to get started in just a second. Okay, so just like in the last video where we're doing the first inversion of the 2-5-1 progression, this time we're going to do third. Let me give you some examples of that in the context of a tune like Autumn Leaves. So let's play a little bit of it and you'll see how I'm just kind of moving my comping through the different chord changes. Okay, so while I'm not always just using the third inversion, there was a couple of first inversions in there and maybe even second inversions. But what I want to do is focus on the formula for third inversions of 2-5-1 chords. So just like in the last video, we did a 2-5-1 of B flat. Let's do that again. So we got C minor 7 to F7 to B flat major 7. Now, in the last video, we did 3, 5, 7, and 9 of C minor, and then we did 1 and 7 in the left hand. So instead of that, what we're going to do is we're going to take these two notes, this one, and we're going to move them to the bottom. So we've got D and B flat, just like that. So that's what I mean by third inversion. Now we could have taken the bottom two notes and moved them up, but it gets a little bit too high. I'd rather it be here. So again, take the two bottom notes and move them up, or take the two top notes and move them down, and that's what we're doing in this case. And then when you go to the F7, all you have to do is move one note. The B flat to A, and the other notes stay the same, like that. And then when you go to the B flat major 7, all you need to do is play this chord, which drops 3 notes. So we've got A, C, D, and F. That's what the right hand's doing. The left hand in this case goes from here. And so we're not using the B flat because it's covered in the right hand. So let's just erase that. And instead, what we're going to do is throw in the 11th, which is a really cool sound. So there. So this is our chord. It starts to sound really modal. Really nice. And then we're going to go to the F7, and we're going to play 1 and the flat 7 in the left hand, which is E flat, Now I should really just throw the key signature in here because we're in the key of B flat, just to make sure that you're catching all those accidentals. And then when we get to the B flat major 7, all you're going to do is play 1 and 5 in the left hand. So like this. And just like in the last video, we're going to convert, just to get other keys, we're going to convert the B flat major 7 to B flat minor 7, go to the E flat 7, and then to A flat major 7. So we're going to continue down in major seconds from B flat major to A flat major, then we're going to go to G flat major, then we're going to go to E major, then we're going to go to D major, and then C major, and then as you can see, we're back at the beginning, continuing on to B flat major. Now, of course, that's only half of the 2 5s. The other half starts on C sharp minor 7 and goes to B major 7. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to convert these voicings into the next key, which is A flat major 7. And of course, you would do it like this. If it gets too low, then you just pop up to the next one. So A flat minor 7, which is this. Okay? So what I want you to do, instead of me writing it out, is for you to actually figure out what those notes are in those different keys. So again, key of B flat, key of A flat, G flat, E, D, and C, and then of course go up a half step and do it all over again in B, and A, and G, and F, and E flat, D flat, back to B. Okay? And that's really catching all the 2 5s in all keys, and that's really the point of the exercise. So when you encounter, because again, I had a question the other day from somebody who's like, how do you speed read chord symbols? And the only possible way to do that is to have a formula for those particular chords under your fingers, so that when you see a 2 5 1 of B flat in any jazz standard, you're going, okay, I can either go here, or I can go here, or here. And that's it. And if it goes somewhere other than 2 5, at least you've got a good example. For example, if a C minor chord shows up in the middle of a piece for whatever reason, you've got a chord voicing that you can rely on, 2 of them. And that's when you see me do Autumn Leaves. So again, it's just really, what is the chord, and do I have a formula to catch that chord quickly and in the moment? And this is really the only way that's ever going to happen. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about in this before we move on. Let's grab another sheet of music. So if you were to take the first 4 chords of Autumn Leaves, that's C minor 7, F7, B flat, major 7 to E flat, major 7. So this, going from here to here, is not a 2 5, right? And so what you want to do is, when you end up on the B flat major 7, let's just stick to where we were in this video where we use these voicings. So this is where we ended off in B flat major 7. We've got the 7th of the chord, the 3rd, the D, and the F, just like that. So that's where we ended off here. In the left hand, it was B flat and F, just like that. So when you go to E flat, you don't want to go from here, the 3rd inversion, to here, the 3rd inversion. It's too big of a jump. So what you do is you pick off the 1st inversion of E flat major 7, and that's the whole point of the exercise, so that you can move as little as possible from voicing to voicing. So we got 3, 5, 7, and 9 of E flat, and then in the left hand, we're just going to plot down the root, just like that. So we go from here. Cool, right? So, and you notice my hands for those 4 chords don't move very far. They're not jumping all over the place like here. And that's really what you want to avoid. That's the whole purpose of these inversions, is you want to pick off the key and the chord without moving too far away. So, and then to E flat. Okay, so I hope that helps. Obviously, there's a lot in there. If you want to drill down on any specific part of it, all you have to do is write your question below, and I'll make a video out of that too. I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and of course, subscribe to the channel. That'd be super awesome. We're just getting going here on Jazz Mental. It's only been a few months since the channel started, and we could use a few more subscribers. Thanks for your time.